everyone. In this video, we're going to be talking about the lesson found on page 127 and 128 in your Jump Math book called What Coins Are Missing? So I'm calling this video Missing Coins. All right, everybody. If you want to open your Jump Math book up to page 127, you can follow along. All right, here we go. So we're going to talk about question number 1 first. You're just going to be counting by fives because that leads us to question number 2. So question 1, just count by fives. Question 2 is going to ask you to find the nickels that you're going to need to add to reach the value. So let's say that I want to have 55 cents. That's what I want to have. I need to add nickels to this amount. What if I only had 2 quarters? Okay, I have 2 quarters. I want to have 55 cents. What do I need to add in terms of nickels to make 55 cents? There's 2 steps to this question. First step, count up the total value of the coins you already have. 25, 50. Oh, I have 50 cents. How many nickels do I need to add to make 55 cents? Did you think 5 cents? Because if you did, you were right. Let's count on. 25, 50, 55 cents. There's my total. So in question number 2, you are going to be given a whole bunch of values that you need to make that out of different coins using nickels. Okay, so let's take a look again at another example. We're still going to add nickels to get this total. So what if I want to have 35 cents? But I reach in my pocket and all I have is a quarter. Geez, you're going to have to go to your mom and say, Mom, this candy costs 35 cents, but I've only got 1 quarter. How many nickels will you need to make 35 cents? Well, because I'm counting in terms of nickels, what am I going to skip count by? If you said 5 cents, you were exactly right. So let's count by 5 cents, starting at 25 until we get to 35 cents. 25, 30, 35. How many nickels did I draw to reach 35 cents? I drew 2 nickels. Let's count it up to make sure I'm right. 25, 30, 35 cents. Look at that. I reached the total amount. Let's do another example for question number 2 where you're adding nickels to reach a total value. What if I want to reach 80 cents? Let's say you want to buy a candy bar. It costs 80 cents. You reach in your pocket and this is what you have. 2 quarters and a dime. How many nickels will you need to add to make 80 cents? Well, let's find out. First, we need to count on to find out what we have. 25, 50, 60. Let's see that again. 25, 50, 60. Did you see how I had to switch to counting by 10 here? So I have 60 cents. I want 80 cents, and I have to add nickels to get there. Let's count by fives. 65, 70, 75, 80. How many nickels did I add on? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. I drew 4 nickels to make 80 cents. Let's see if I'm correct. 25, 50, 60. 65, 70, 75, 80. Look at that. I reached my total of 80 cents. In question number 2, you are going to be given 4 different totals with some coin amounts. You are going to add nickels to get to the chosen amount. Okay? That's how you do number 2. Okay, everybody, when you do number 3, you're going to be counting by 10 as a practice for number 4. So number 3, you're counting by 10. Number 4, you're going to do the same activity we did previously, but now with dimes. So let's do an example. Let's say I want to get to 60 cents. Okay, so far I have 2 quarters. Now, I'm going to add on dimes this time for question number 4. We need to find out what we already have, and then we're going to count on by tens because dimes are worth 10 cents each. 25, 50. What do I need to get to 60? Well, let's do 1 dime. Let's see if that's enough. 25, 50, 60. Look at that. We've already reached our total amount. I only had to draw 1 dime. So in question number 4, you were adding dimes to get to your total amount. Let's try another one. What if I want to get to 95 cents? Let's go for a bigger number, right? Okay, let's say I have a quarter, another quarter, and let's go with a nickel. Well, our first job is to find out what do I have so far. Okay, 25, 50, 55. Well, let's start counting by 10 and see if we can get to 95. 65, 75, 85, 95. Hey, everybody, we got to 95 cents by drawing 4 dimes. Let's see if that's right. So we had originally 55 cents, 25, 50, 55. Our job was to count by tens until we got to 95. So 25, 50, 55, 65, 75, 85, 95. There it is. I added 4 dimes. Let's take a look at another one to practice question number 4. What if I want to have 50 cents and so far I have a quarter, which is worth 25 cents, and a nickel? Let's see what we have so far. 25, 30. I need to get to 50, so I'm going to count by tens. 40, 50. How many dimes did I draw to get to 50 cents? 25, 50, no, 25, 30, 40, 50. I drew 2 dimes to get to my total. So for question number 4, just like I did, you are going to be given an amount and you're going to skip count by tens to reach that amount. Okay, so now for question 5 and 6, you're going to have a few word problems. Please read them carefully. Number 7 is going to have you counting by 25s to get you ready for this question. Question 8. In question number 8, you're going to do the same thing we did previously, but now you're adding quarters to get to your final amount. For example, let's say I want 75 cents. Maybe I want to buy something that costs 75 cents. I look in my pocket, I've got 2 quarters. So first I have to find out what I already have. 25, 50. I need 75 cents and I can only add quarters. How many quarters will I add? Well, let's add 1 and see if it gets us there. 25, 50, 75. Look at that. I only had to add 1 quarter or draw 1 quarter to reach my 75 cents. Let's take a look at another example for question number 8. Okay, what if I want 55 cents? But guess what? I only have a nickel. Oh boy, that's not going to get me very far. What do I need to add to a nickel to get to 55 cents? How many quarters? Well, let's add 1 quarter. That gets me to what? 25, 30. I'm only at 30 cents. I can only add quarters for this question, so I'm going to add 1 more. 25, 50, 55 cents. I reached my 55 cents. Did you notice when I counted my total at the end there, I started with my larger number? Because when you're trying to find totals, start with your larger number. 25, 50, 55 cents. All right? And finally, let's do one more example. What if I want to reach 101 cents? But guess what? I only have a penny. Oh no, you're going to have to ask your parents for a bit of money here. How many quarters would you add to reach 101 cents? Now I've only got 1 cent. How many quarters do you need? Well, I think you know this one already. If I add 4 quarters, Let's see what that gives me. I've added these 4 quarters. 25, 50, 75, 100, and 1 cent. So for question number 8, you are adding on quarters to an amount so that you can get to this amount. All right? So when you look now at question number 9, it changes a little bit. Okay? So I'm going to take a look at some examples for question number 9. All right? In this one, you have to add 2 coin values. So let's say I want to get to 45 cents. I'm not just going to add quarters. I'm not just going to add nickels. And I'm not just going to add dimes. I'm going to have a combination of 2 coins. So what if I have 25 cents and I have a nickel? What do I have so far? 25, 30. Now to get to 45, I'm going to have to use 2 different coin values. 25, 30. Now if I add a quarter, that's going to be too much. So I'm going to go to my next valued coin, 10 cents. 25, 30, 40, 45. I added a dime and a nickel to reach my total. I used 2 different coin values. Let's take a look at another example. What if I want to reach 60 cents? And I've got a quarter and 2 dimes. What coin values will I have to add to get there? Well, first we need to find out what we already have. 25, 35, 45. Let's keep adding dimes. What do you think? 25, 35, 45, 55. I added that. 60. And there it is. I added a dime and a nickel again. 25, 35, 45, 55, 60. All right. So for question number 9, you're going to be given a total amount and a certain number of coins. Your job is to find 2 coin values, perhaps a dime and a nickel, that equal your total. All right. Okay, finally, for question number 10, if you're following along in your Jump Math book, you're going to have some larger amounts here. So let's say we want to make 165 cents. Now in your book, it's going to say 185 cents, but I don't want to do that one for you. That's giving you the answer. What if I have 2 quarters and that's it? What coin values am I going to need to add here in order to reach my 165 cents? Well, let's start big because 25, 50, so far I only have 50 cents. That's a big difference to 165 cents. I could probably add a whole loonie there, 100 cents. So what does that give me now? 125, 150. Now what do I need? 160. And there it is, 165. I added a loonie, a dime, and a nickel in order to get 165 cents. So when you do question number 10, they're going to give you a couple coins. You need to find out what other coins you need to add to get to your final total. Okay, everybody, your job is to do pages 127 and 128. You can replay this video and go back to the sections you need, and it'll be like I'm doing it with you. Okay, so use what I've done as an example. Okay, everybody, good luck, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.